right, hello students. Now what I want to show you is how to submit your homework and teach you about what the proof of concept is. Proof of concept is nothing more than one word document or one word equivalent document where you take screenshots of the work that you did that I requested that you do, and then you install it into the one word doc. You take the screenshots and you just paste them into the paper. And then normally at the end I have you do a little write-up on what you did. If you're in a bash scripting class or a programming class or an admin class, what you'll do is you'll put the lines of code that you did and you will explain the process or explain the code to me underneath that. So you might have a screenshot, a little bit of code, and then you'll do a text write-up on what you did to make that happen. Normally the assignments start out pretty easy. The first couple I give you a little bit of leeway, but it's very, very important that you only submit one Word document in the Dropbox. I don't want to see 20 JPEGs, 20 bitmaps showing the work that you did. It must be one Word document. What I'll do if you submit 10 different files to me is you simply get a 0. I don't even explain why you got the grade you got because I expect you to watch this video and I expect you to understand it. The assignments start out easy. The first couple I do give you a little bit of leeway, and I'll normally give you a little bit of feedback saying, hey, no, next time I want you to do it this way. All right, so what you're going to do first of all is you're going to come in here and you're going to open up your Word document on your host computer. All right, so there's my and I just installed the Office on this computer, so have to activate it. So there's my document. What you're going to do is you're going to put your name, Joe Blow. You'll put the course number, CTS-2851C or whatever it is. And then you'll put Professor Tim Starr. That's me. All right, we'll minimize that for now. And let's bring up VirtualBox. And we'll go ahead and we'll start it up. Now what you do in most of my courses is you will be working from within VirtualBox. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and I need to explain this to you. Now, when you submit your screenshots, one of the things that students do, look, I'm an old guy, all right? So I have to be able to see them easily. So you want to make sure that you give me a nice, good, crisp screenshot when you submit your work. If I have to do a lot of work on my end to grade your papers, especially if you're a late submitter, is I get really grumpy, and your grade will definitely reflect that. So if you make it easy, if you go through and you do everything the way I ask you to, and I hate to be asinine about this, but you're not in high school anymore, you're in college now. So we do have requirements, and one of my things that I need to do as an instructor and a mentor is I need to teach you how to follow rules. So it's very, very important that you follow the rules that your professor set forward. If you don't, then chances are you're not going to do very well in the real world. You need to look at all of your classes as a job, and you need to do what the instructors ask you to do, and you must submit them in a specific format. So right here I have Ubuntu. So let's say that I needed a screenshot of this. All you have to do is simply grab the screen, and most of the time that's Control and Print Screen. That'll do a nice little screenshot. As you heard there, it took the screenshot. So now I'm going to go back over to my Word document that's running right here. And you'll place that in there. Now, as far as size, bigger is better. Definitely one of those times that bigger is better. I have to be able to read what you have going on. All right, so that's a pretty good screenshot. That shows me that you did it. All right, so we like that. And then underneath here, if I've asked you to write some code or do something like that, what you'll do is you will, like let's say you're in the bash scripting class and I've asked you to write some code. I'm going to ask you to give me a couple screenshots showing the code, and then if the code requires that there's an input or whatever the case is, you need to give me a couple screenshots, show me the input. So you might have 3 or 4 or 5 screenshots. And then I want you to do a text write-up. Like the first thing to do is put your code here. And explain each line of code and what it does, line by line. All right, you have to have that. That's part of what we call deliverable in the real world. When you have a project, you'll have deliverables, and your deliverables are each of the tasks that you're required to do. So you're going to copy and paste your code in there. A couple different ways to do that. You should be IT friendly, I would hope, because you're in IT science classes. So you should be able to zap that code in there, explain it line by line, and then do a little write-up at the end of what you did. Just a couple sentences on what you learned and why it's important in the real world. Now, if you're in an admin class, what you'll do is you'll put the instructions line by line, kind of like you're creating a tutorial, and you'll put the instructions, what they do, and then you'll do your write-up at the end on what the particular application or what the particular service was that you submitted. All right, so you're going to save all that, file, save as. So let's say that this was, I'm going to put it on my desktop to make it easy. All right, that way there's an icon. It's going to be Joe Blow. What your description is going to be is week 1 for this particular one, week 1 assignment. All right. What you call it, try to give it something that distinguishes it from other assignments. All right, so we'll close that out. So right here is week 1 assignment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out VirtualBox. We don't need it anymore. Now, you'll go to the Valencia website. And let's say this was my system admin class. You're my system admin class. You're going to start here. And you'll come down. It says week 1. And then right here is the drop box. You'll click on that. All right, explains what you need to do. Okay, now for week 1 in all my classes, it's simply a bio. You don't need to do screenshots of a bio. Just do a write-up, personal write-up on yourself. But as you get into the labs, you have to do the proof of concept, which was the whole purpose of this video. So you'll put it in here. You'll add some comments. All right, here's my assignment. Have a great day, Tim. Blah, 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 blah. And then you browse your computer. And if we go to desktop, there's week 1 assignment. All right, you click on that. You open it. Okay, and then you hit submit. And then what happens is that goes to my inbox. And it's a special inbox. It's my Dropbox inbox. Imagine my surprise. All right, and from there, I'll get a little message and it'll say that there's an assignment in. And normally what I do is I grade assignments on Sundays and Mondays. That's a pretty good time frame for me to do it. Throughout the week, sometimes on Fridays I might do it, but I found that most students wait until Saturday and Sunday to submit their homework. So I normally wait till Sunday and Monday to do it. It's just a lot easier on my end for managing resources. I will take a look normally on Fridays and see what's in there. It just depends on the classes and the students. It changes every semester, believe it or not. It's not always the same. But I found that most students are procrastinators. So if I check my end on Sunday or Monday, normally all the stuff's in and I can grade it. Now, if you submit an assignment late, I automatically deduct 10%. All right, back to that whole, and I don't want to hear the sob stories. All right, I've been teaching for 16, 17 years. I've heard every sob story there is. I don't want to hear it. It's your job. This is a job for you to go to school. So I expect you to turn your homework in on time. If you turn it in late, it's 10% off per week. And I'm going to be, going forward, I'm going to be very, very strict on that because we have students that do really well and like I'll post an assignment and 24 hours later it's ready to be graded. Okay, it's not fair to that student if I don't do something to the people that are late. All right, plus if you were at work, working a real job, and I treat all my classes like a real job, you have to approach it like it's a real job. If you turn something in late at work, chances are you may not get paid or your boss is going to be pretty upset. So look at me like your boss All right, and I'm going to be upset if it comes in late. So you're going to get docked some pay, which in this class, which in a classroom environment is part of your grade. So I take 10% off per week, per week. So if it's 2 weeks late and you do good work, the best grade you're going to have is a C. So think about it. You'll hit submit, and then on my end it hits. So that's how to submit your assignments and the whole proof of concept thing. Thank you. Have a good day.